to cook a French meringue. The ingredients are vanilla, salt, cornstarch, apple vinegar, egg white, white eggs, and sugar. Start by pouring the egg whites into the bowl and beat them. Then add the sugar and bite until it has the consistency of a cloth. Then we will add the vanilla, we will beat, and moments later we will add the apples cider vinegar and finally the cornstarch. To start making the meringue, we put some butter on the tray. Once we put the butter on the tray, we start to make the meringues as shown in the video. Put the mixture in a piping bag to start forming the meringues.
composed are frozen red fruits, orange zest, vanilla, water for bain-marie, and sugar. In a bowl, we put the red fruits, add sugar, orange zest, vanilla, and mix very well. We cover the bowl with plastic wrap for 3 to 4 times so that the heat stays inside. We pass the bowl to a bain-marie and leave it there for 30 minutes until it's ready to use.
Add the gelatin to the water and stir. Let it rest for a few minutes. This will serve as later so that the whipped cream has the right consistency. Then in a pot we will place the whipped cream. Add the whipped cream on the stove for a few minutes and move from less to more as the consistency changes. In a bowl, after it cools down a bit, place the whipped cream and begin to beat. it thickens a little, we will add the sugar little by little so it has a better shape, and finally the vanilla. It's added so that it has a good flavor.
Hello, my name is Diana. I'm going to tell you about my experience making this recipe, taking into account the points. In the video where Chef Luz made a recipe, it seemed like something easy to make and that it comes out, but at the moment we did it, I could realize that they are not easy as seems. Um, one of the most one of the most important points is that the egg whites rise or double in the size. At that time, we have to take into account that there can be no yolks and that both the bowl and the mixer are completely clean and dry. Since if this is not the case, it can affect the fact that the egg white can rise. During the preparation, something that didn't come out was the whipped cream, and I think it's because the temperature was not adequate. For that reason, it was that the cream never rose, and we ended up presenting it as a sauce. Taking into account the meringue, I think we could have had a better texture so that the lines of the dough appeared more and have a better shape, but I think it took us so long to pass it to the pastry bag, and that affected texture a bit. I also think it was because of the heat that was there and that made it not have a better consistency. But as they say, practice makes perfect. And it's only a matter of having more skills and more practice so that a future result is much better. The final result in view had a good result. It even had an excellent texture, something that I did notice, and what a change is that in the chef video. Her, her already baked meringue had a white color and ours had a brown color, but it was not burnt as the taste was fine. Now, about the flavor, each of the members had a different perspective, and even the people we gave them to try on the outside had their own opinion. In my case, I'm not used to eating many sweet things, and I felt that by itself the meringue was very sweet and it could even make me cloying. Now, when it was combined with the compote, it made a good contrast between sweet and sour. I think that the sugar in the meringue could be reduced so that it's not so sweet and doesn't not clog so much.
In this recipe, although it seems simple, it is not entirely. My colleagues and I have a bit of difficulty in terms of the whipped cream since it did not turn out as requested, but we try to fix it to have something similar to the whipped cream. It is a recipe that in my opinion is easy, exception for the cream in which there were some flaws. I have never tried meringue, but what we did was tested, and although it was sweet, it did not make me very sugary. It is a rich dessert, but I think it depends on the taste of each person in terms of sweetness. I thought that the recipe was much more complicated than it seemed, but I was surprised, and I and surprised, and it is not as difficult as it is. Of course, each step has technique, but what we did, in my opinion, went well. I liked cooking again, and although it did not come out to 100, I think it was good, and with practice it can be improved, and that's it.
Personally, I had never eaten meringue more than once, and personally, it was very sweet since I only ate one. A lot of effort, but with a rich taste, very sweet but rich at the same time. In the color, personally, I think it looked good. It had a white color, a little toasted. The aroma, I got the smell like sweet and a little burnt, but the weirdest thing is that it does not taste burnt, and the texture, personally, I feel that we left as it should, because when eating the meringue was digested as if it were a cotton candy. However, the cream did not stay, as we never say that thinking it, but just mind the taste. Personally, it tastes very well, not as if it were the cream, but if it tastes good. Um, to my opinion of view, this recipe is not complicated at all. I had never tried to make a meringue, but I think that for the first time I do it, I got it well, not excellent, but we all will, and I say that I did not get it excellent because, as seen the video, the meringue mixture looks like it is melting, and I do not. In conclusion, it is a very good recipe to make at home since it is easy and simple, and it does not take long to make. Personally, I will make it again to reinforce the parts where it was bad. And this will be all for the video. Thanks you very much for watching, and see you in another video. Goodbye.